At this time, we're going to introduce and welcome Chief Paul Williams. First, as he's making his way up here, let's give him a warm applause, please. Chief Paul Williams Sr., he was born in 1936, and he says that he remembers the time when he was 4 years old, listening to his elders around him talking in Native. He is now 87 years young. He's a resident and tribal member of Beaver. He was married for 45 years to his love, the late Lois Peter Williams. And together they had 5 children and many, many grandchildren. Paul served in the Army for 8 years, from 55 to 63, and he also served in the National Guard for 3 years. He was a past E-Board member and once met our past president, Gerald Ford. He's also the past chief of Beaver for 30 years, and he currently serves as a traditional chief. Paul shared, as I was talking to him earlier, he shared that we had our own language. We had our own doctors. Everyone was healthy. Our people need to work together through unity to be stronger. In the words of our Chief, Paul Williams, please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you for the good introduction. Geez, I'm happy to be up here. I'm really happy in my heart that people are together. Like she said, when we're together, we are strong. I'd like to say thank you to all the chiefs and all the people that are here. You just made a wise decision about the hotel. And sure, quite different. We've come a long ways. Give yourself an applause for coming such a long ways in a short time, and we still got a long ways to go. We need to go back to our language. We need to go back to our songs, and we're doing it. We need to go back to the land, which is sacred. We listen to the land. We listen to the song of the land. We listen to the songs of the birds and the animal, and that's how we manage the land that the Great Spirit given us. He's given us the language. Tomorrow I'm going back to Beaver to help out to teach and to write curriculum for young people in our language. I come up with the old stories about long time ago. Just a couple of days ago, I told them about the fox and the brown bear. In our language, we don't say brown bear, we say big animal, because we don't talk about it. We talk about it in the third person. But that kind of story about a sucky suck, I wrote down about 15 titles about the old stories that we're going to write for the kids. These are just for learning purpose, learning about life, learning about how to be what we are. Thank you. So I'm going to sing a song about the fish. It goes like this. Big fish, come here. Big fish, we want you here. Big fish, our children are hungry. Big fish, we see your food on the ground. Big fish, we see your voice. We hear your voice in the mountain. And that's in the springtime when the cotton falls down on the ground, and as they call that tuxosi in our language, is a big fish food. And when it's thunder, the first thunder in the mountain, it go bang, bang, bang. Like that. We say that's a big fish talking, that's his voice. And we're going to sing this kind of short song, but it goes on and on, but I'll just make it short. Okay? This don't sound too good, kind of small, but it'll work. Look on, look on me. Vanity caution, look on me. Look on me. Look on me. Vanity, oh, you crazy. Look on me. Look on me. Vanity, look on me. Look on me. Look on me. There's more to it, but we're running out of breath. He's getting old. It's a strange way to live, but we live our life and we remember first time about what we were. We had our own language. We spoke that Athabascan language. And we understood everything we were being taught. But at 15, I had to go to school. In 1940, we moved from a place called TCC. That's the old famine village. We had to move down to TCC because they said we had to learn how to speak English. Now we all speaking English and we know how to speak English. Now we need to go back and pick up where we left off, to go back to our culture, to go back to our spiritual beliefs, to go back to our language, to remember where we come from our ancestor, how they lived for 10, 20, 30,000 years on this land that God gave to us. We're gonna make it work again. We just sang that fish song. But now is not the right time, but just to show you that song, the song about the moose and the song about the caribou, song about the weather, the wind, the water. We need to reintroduce ourselves back to the land. We need to make that land work. There's no fish. There's no muskrat. There's no rabbit. Oh, we grew up on rabbits. We used to use rabbits lots of times. Well, every winter, even summertime, we eat rabbit. And we take care of the land. We didn't all stay one place. We stay out on different area. In this area, they call it gonna cut. You are in charge. They don't say that we own the land. We never did. It belonged to all the people that, but they stay certain place, and there's certain area that are sacred, like spawning area, moose area, caribou area. We stay away from that kind of place. Now we don't count it that way. We need to come up with areas that are sacred to us as we begin to take back management over the land that we don't manage anymore. And it's not working. It's not working like we used to. We need to go back and get our food. We need to be together and be strong. Like she said in the introduction, we had our own medicine. We had that medicine from our Father, the Creator. He gave us power to remain healthy. We got the power to bring in as one people. We got lots of power as one united Native people. We need to come back together. We waste a lot of time just fighting for nothing. So we need to, that's one of the first things that we see in the book. Love the neighbor, love me as your Father, your God. We need to go back to that. That's where in the early days we all come from, that kind of things that our forefathers taught us and our mother taught us, to remember the Creator every day and stay healthy and strong. That's the only way that I think we could defeat the enemy. Our enemy is things, sickness, bad medicine, and alcohol, that kind of stuff that come into our village and weaken us and make us don't think right. So, in the early days, when the chief, I remember 1946 very well, our chief was David Salmon. I know a lot of the relatives from Tranchicuchin myself too. But during the pandemic, my father died 1946. We had pandemic, just like the one we had recently, but it was TB, and it was diabetes, and it was the common cold. Prior to that, we never had no sickness, we're, we're not immune to it. So we got sick pretty easy. So we lost a lot of people that time back in the middle 40s, and a big war was going on. All the young people, young men, and some of the women, they went to war. And then around 1947, they came back, not only around from Zelbisic and all over Alaska. Our people are warriors. And when there's a war going on to defend our family and our land and our God and our way of life, we go to war. We're not afraid to spend our life to get killed on the battlefield. We're not afraid of that because we're all warriors. And I just want to say that my time is almost up. So long time ago, people spoke, we had meeting all night. They taught us we got to stay on the side and we're going to listen. And that's how I remember about the pandemic and about us losing our way, our beliefs. They said all the moose and caribou and fish, they're wild and they got disease. Don't eat it. Leave your language. Use English. And we believe it because we were down. We had leadership and we all went that way. At one time, when I was growing up and learning how to speak English, it was difficult a little bit, but I was ashamed to be Indian. I was ashamed of my Indianness, my black hair, my brown skin. But now I'm not. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud that I am one of your leaders that can speak to you and say, let's rise up and we be stronger. We get our strength back. We get our language back. Let's put it together where let's be one people. Somehow we can get some of our land back and make it work like it used to. There'll be enough. Fish will come back. Caribou will be good. The water will rejuvenate and bring fish into all the lakes. I see one time a 20-year went by, water was low. We got to pray for that water. We got to pray to the Creator who made the water, and He'll bring us more water, clean water that we could drink. See, I hope that I don't offend anybody by saying that we could do a better job, because I know we can. It's built into us. It's part of us. The language is part of our heart. It's part of our body. It's how we live. The food that we eat brings strength, not only to the body, but to the mind. Make you think that it's good that we live and we make contribution, not to tear down anything that somebody do for us, but we say, yes, yes, we'll do it, like you did a little while ago. You give that chief strength. He could feel that power you guys gave him, and he'll do good for you. Chief, we follow the chief, and we do what he say. It gives him power to do better for us. He's working for us in the village too. Leadership. You guys, you call on the chief. You give him power. You know what to do. You know if you talk to him. Gee, when I was chief, when we were in the land claim, people didn't like me, because I was chief. But now it's going to be different. I talk to you. I'm really getting old now. I know that I'll be going pretty soon, and I'm happy for that. It makes me happy. I'm not afraid, and we should all be like that, When we know we're gonna do something and people will follow. See, I'm just happy to see you guys. Last time I was here, that was about 10, 11 years ago when I was nominated for Citizen of the Elder of the Year or something, So I'm just happy to be here that Chief invited me to speak to you, and I said, yeah, I could beat on the drum and sing songs, A lot of these songs, like that fish song, got it from that village above, over in Canada. I got it from there. And the Tukchone and that caribou song, it still works. We gotta believe that it's gonna work. If you don't believe that, you say, that's a bunch of BS, that's not true. That's how the people lived a long time ago. So, we gotta believe in our heart that we're gonna get the fish back. The Creator, He could make 100,000 fish just for one summer. We don't care if any boat catch all the fish, we don't care. They can have it, But us, we got power because our father is got the one that got power, and he's the one that makes fish. So we're going to ask him, Okay, I'm done. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Yeah.